Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Hackman Gaming. I am Hackman. We are back with some more farming sim, except I have switched it up a little bit. The farming or the animal stuff wasn't terrible. I think it was just kind of the wrong route to go for like progress. I didn't really feel progress enough. So I definitely want to continue back into it, but I might start that over at some point and have a little bit more money, a little bit more equipment, and a few more things that I want to do in there. I think just starting strictly farm animals wasn't as enjoyable for me as I was hoping, but I haven't given up on what I'm going to do there yet. But there's one thing I really do enjoy in the farming sims, as buggy as they can be, is logging. So I have downloaded a forestry map. It's from FDR. It's the Pelican Lake. I've basically been on this map long enough to look at it and make sure it looked good. I have a solo save that I play around on for their map of Pine Ridge, which I don't know what reason, absolutely love. But I figured we'd start out here on this map because I haven't played it before. So yeah, so this is basically what I'm starting with. I have my nice Dodge Ram truck, nice little trailer, log hauler slash flatbed ramp, and skid steer with a log bucket and just a regular scoop bucket for like wood chips and stuff. I do have a lot of mods in here, most of which I just didn't go through and disable, like fail auto loader I don't need. But have some winter stuff because I am gonna do months. I think it is set to 5 days is a month. A bunch of other random mods. This isn't like a hardcore survival start from zero, nothing kind of thing. I mean, I have $50, and that is just going to be for me to place a tent down, and then I'll have zero. So I am going to build up from there and build an industry, but I'm not like hardcore in it. I've done a lot of like the log grabbing and stuff like that, and unless there's some vehicles or mods I just haven't found yet or haven't tried, it still seems as bad as it always has. Like you go to grab two logs and they kind of like bounce around and they fall out of the cook and whatnot. So I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna try to do this. If not, eventually when I get the money, I do have an auto loader trailer and I'll probably use it. But I'll probably be using like a yarder to get it to at least a pile and super strength to kind of move some logs around and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have fun with it. And a little bit of a challenge will be, $0 and working up from there. So first and foremost, we need to find where we want to start. This is just one map. We own it all already. It just comes that way, which is great. You don't have to worry about some maps like the road and just the outside you don't own, and you can't pick up the grass there. You can't do stuff, and it's annoying. We have a biomass heating plant here. What else do we have here? I think that's about it, isn't it? I don't think we have a sawmill here. Yeah, just biomass heating plant. And is that it? That appears to be it. So let's see here. Yeah, so we have no place. We are pretty much going to be down to wood chips to start. Yep, pretty much just wood chips. So having said that, I might find a cheap wood chipper and purchase that as well, because I don't really know if I have a way. I mean, I guess my chainsaw makes some wood chips, but I don't think it's going to be like kind of equivalent when the tree goes down. But yeah, I have the lumberjack mod. I have forestry helper, a couple other things like that help out, and I think are great mods. Like I said, this is Pelican Ridge or Pelican Lake, the Pine Ridge map that FDR makes. I absolutely love, and I don't know what it is. I just like a good amount of trees, cool little roads going through it. Not a lot there. Kind of like this. I don't think you can you sell logs here? I don't think you can, right? It's gonna be, I guess that'd be the best place to look. wood. Oh, okay, so I can sell just regular wood there. All right, good. Don't need to do anything. Eventually I'll be getting my own production, sawmills, whatever else. I have a couple mods in there for like a firewood and different sawmills. So yeah, let's hop in there. And we need to see, obviously we want to kind of start off close to here. And we probably want to choose a place where we're going to want to put our production, right? Because we're going to have to clear a spot for it most likely. This looks like it's going to be kind of hilly. There is no real middle of the map here. I think maybe we'll just kind of go right around this area. We'll go drive there, see what it looks like, see if it's, you know, decently flat. And then worst case, we'll just put a road in here. So it looks like, yeah, that's where we're going to go. Let's get out of here and start our lumber career. Oh, and I bought a chainsaw already. So had an axe mod and I was like, nah, we're just gonna go chainsaw. But yeah, there's a lot of mods. If you're interested in a list of them all, let me know. I'll probably try to go through and throw them in the description, just in case anybody wants them or hasn't seen them or whatnot, and to give the modders a little support for the work they do and put into it. I'd really love to learn to do modding and stuff like that. I said I've already kind of started getting ready to try to make a map for Farming Sim, just because I did it in Rust years and years ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, this is kind of about the area we were looking. And I kind of actually like it because we have good flat land there, good flat land there, so we can actually kind of do production on both sides, I think. Let's see here. We can hopefully build a road right through there. Looks like there might be a little lower spot. Yeah, I say let's do it. Let's we don't have to worry about traffic. Traffic is on, but I don't think there's traffic on the map. First and foremost, let's get the trailer done. I don't have auto engine stuff on, just because what was I doing? Using wood chippers, I think. And every time I'd you know, hop out of the tractor, it would turn off. Let's see here. I think we're gonna start on this side. Like I said, I'm gonna try scooping with this. I don't know how well this thing works. Like I said, worst case, eventually I'll have an auto loader trailer, or I'm gonna use super strength to load the trailer. Definitely don't feel like messing with trying to. Oh, you know what? I should probably just grab that. Don't feel like messing with kind of the of grabbing of logs. Got little ditches there, that's nice. Unfortunately, this map, as far as I know, is not for council. But there is another map I just downloaded, and I hopped into for a second and then had an emergency and had to bail. So I didn't get back into it. But man, it was like fantasy or last darkness forestry map. And I don't know if that's for council either, but it is in the mod hub on the dashboard here inside the game. So I don't know if that means it's crossplay or not. So if it's not, I'm sorry. If it is, then cool. I've always just wanted a nice lumber logging game. I've had, over the years, I've had quite a few on my wish list. Obviously, none of them have panned out. The one that didn't get, great reviews, and I think it got abandoned. Farming Sim does it probably about the best as far as I know. If there's a game out there that is even better, I've played Lumberjack Dynasty. That game's actually not terrible. Progression is very slow, I feel, but it's not bad. And it, like picking up logs, stuff like that for your trailer, it's very simplistic, but it works. Like you just hover over it, you hit a button, and it goes to your claw, and then you move it to your trailer, and you it kind of shows that it's going in. You let go, and it's there. And it physics locks onto the trailer. And yes, I'm drinking my Mountain Dew, that Mountain Dew with the straw, because my tooth is still super sensitive. Apparently it could be like this for up to 4 weeks, so super excited. But that game did a lot good, even though it was simple. Grabbing onto logs and stuff here worked a lot better. I think that would be the way to go. But we just get a nice simple, setup to do this until we can get, I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's never been that great. Like I said, maybe there's equipment or a mod that changes it and makes it a lot better. And if there is, please let me know. Because I'm definitely down for that. So again, I play a lot of the farming sims. I've owned everyone. I've played everyone. Not as hardcore as some of you people out there. You guys are nuts, and I wish I could be. But between ADHD and just so many games out there that I enjoy playing, it's hard. Hard to do. I still have my multiplayer logging map that I haven't started yet. I'd like to do it. We had a couple people in Discord said they were down, and then I got another one, so I got 3. So I might just have to pull the trigger on that. Like to get a dedicated server up for it, so it's just on all the time and people can go in and have fun. Just got to get my rack server up and running, and then fortunately with this game it's kind of crappy, but you have to have another copy of the game, so, or I pay to have one rented. So I might look at that option and go from there. But something you'd be interested in, again, let me know in the comments, coming into Discord, let me know there. Message me in Discord, even if you don't join it. It's just Hawkmed_gaming. But yeah, let me know, because I kind of wanted to see some interest before I, pulled too much of a trigger. And like I said, I planned on trying to do like a slight, like mild role play on it, like we'd have some roles, we'd have some job descriptions and stuff like that, just enough to keep it fun, not be serious. Like, if we're not laughing and joking and having a good time, I'm not down. Like, it's just, I've said it multiple times, and if you've watched enough of my videos, and if you're new, all I care about is having fun in games. I don't care about meta. I don't care about what's the best. I don't care about the most efficiency. Don't mean I won't strive for it, but I don't care about it. All that stuff wrecks the games. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 100 times, and I will continue to say it. Metas wreck games. So, but yeah, if you're interested, again, get a hold of me. Let me know. I'd get a little interest. We might throw that up there and get it going. Wish Out of Ore would get a dedicated server. Oh, it'd make life so much nicer. I would definitely have one running 24/7. I'm hoping that it's somewhere in the future of the game. I'm hoping. But for now, it is what it is. I don't know if my server can even run the game if I bought another copy of it and put it on there and just let the game run. I don't know if it will or not. I mean, they kind of have graphic cards, but not really. They're not meant to, at least the one I have is not meant to play games on. So So we'll see. Try to clear this out. Like I said, I have the lumberjack mod, and it's going to let me clear bushes and stumps and stuff like that. So it does do some stuff, and I've tried looking up, and maybe I just am an idiot, which is very well possible. But like once in a while, you're running around here, and you're deleting some of this bushes and foliage, and it just locks onto a tree. Like, I don't want to cut down a tree and delete it. All right, let's get kind of a little area here so we can call this our road for now. Eventually, I will have like like the mulcher stump grinders, and I usually use those to make my road. And I actually found a really cool mod that I use that lets you make 2 tracks in it. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm hoping for that. But it is kind of exciting. Let me show it to you just so you see it in case you haven't seen it. But it's this guy right here. That with... So the gadget gives you the option to make just like a 2-track. It basically removes everything from underneath the track. So you get a nice 2-track in. I use that, and then I use this because I like to till the ground all the way down, remove everything, because eventually we're gonna have to plant some trees in here. Yeah, see, like right here, it's probably locking onto that tree, and it's gonna delete it. So at that point, we just stop. We're gonna move this there. Like I said, we're playing ish realistic. And I don't know, do I have this set up to open my claw? I do not. I put my joystick on the other day, using the loader and stuff in the tree harvester, and it worked really nice. So I might just have to program that here in a minute, but let's see here. Well, if you do that and close it, does it pull it in? No. But if you do this, might be actually the way it's meant to be. Kind of. Come on, yellow. Yeah, this little forestry helper stuff is really cool. Like, there's a branch on this one still. It lets me know that. Because they have kind of redone the branch system, which I don't really mind too much. Like, it hasn't bothered me all that well. The only thing I hate is, like, you pretty much have to crouch. Because you used to just run across the top of the tree and it just get rid of it all. Now you have to crouch. But there's no, unless I've missed it, I've looked and looked, there's no toggle crouch, and I friggin' hate it. And then, like, remapping it to C where I'd really prefer it, just, like, there's so many bindings tied to it. All right. So, let me see. I'm going to try to map that real quick to close the jaws to my joystick, and we're gonna give that another shot and see how it goes. So I'll be right back. All right, I think I got it set up. I'll say this: Outdoor has the best controller customization that I've seen in a game. Like, all the controls are different for each vehicle. This one kind of like rain front loader vehicle. Not the best. So let's see. See, I just don't know, and this definitely could be me, but I don't see a better way of picking these up. Yeah, so like that should just like pull that log right in. That definitely don't work. Maybe if I had a backstop that it was on, that would probably work. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Like I said, I'm trying to avoid super strengthening everything and just picking it up. I mean, that just may have to be it. We'll see. Yeah, see, this might not be a good tool either. It doesn't really close down all the way. Let's see here. Oh, I got to put a tent down too, don't I? All right, let's see here. We're gonna come up with a plan. Do have a couple things. I think I might add a couple dollars to the account to buy and go from there. First of all, let's see, it's, I don't know what it's trying to cut down over here. Something. I think we're just going to throw a little tent up right over here. Nice little camping area for now. I mean, that's plenty of room. All right, let's get that tent up in there. Structure tent right there. Yeah, it's a cool little pack I got. It has like a little tent and or a little bench. Not enough money, really? Oh, because it's going to try to terraform, isn't it? All right. Well, we're going to solve this. First and foremost, mods. Let me see. Don't know if those are like locked onto the ground or not. The construction, I did have a couple other things. I don't think they're fences. I mean, I do have some cool stuff for fences, like barriers and poles. Light mods in there. Other kind of funny because what I'm looking for now, I was actually looking for the other day when I was playing for something that I was like, oh, that's what I want, but I couldn't find it. Right there they are. So like little angles, you can build little wood storage with them, but I don't think that's going to work for what I want. You know, maybe just a little piece of fence. All right, let's add, we're going to add some money. Like I said, we got to do something. We'll just add that for now. We're going to erase it all once we get it. Like I said, I did say from the get-go, I had enough for a tent, but I totally forgot about, you know, it has to terraform. Will not let you go to $0? Is that the problem here? All right. Right there looks good. Yeah, $50. Maybe it won't let you hit 0. Then I think maybe. See, I don't want to do that either. Maybe we'll just do this. Maybe this will work good enough for now. See, I plan to put like these down here. Then I'll super strength the logs to them, and then I'll use that to scoop them up and load them into the trailer. Yeah, that might work. Either way, let's just do it. We'll just kind of do that. Right there. Snapping. All right, so now we got our tent. We got these. Let's see how it works. So, like I said, I'll do a little mix of super strength and loading. Eventually, we'll get a yarder, and we'll be able just to yard it over to here, and then fix it. And did I not cut this to 6 meters? Oh, that was just the end one. That's shorter. So if I put a bunch of logs here, totally mess that up. I'm hoping that I can scoop them up and there's enough space between them poles. I said it's a learning process. We gotta kind of figure out what works. Definitely don't script nothing, as you can tell. Get them all over. So this will take some time till we get a yarder. I don't know how much that costs, but that'll probably be one of the first things I'll buy. And I haven't forgot to delete my money yet. I'm just making sure this is the route we're going to go with. Yeah, I wonder if the game just don't let you hit $0. I thought you could even go negative. I thought. I could be wrong. Or maybe that was a different version. 22 or something. All right, let's see how this works now. He's a little heavy. We'll keep it low. Yeah, the clamp just don't really clamp down good. All right, we're good. I think we got it. But we'll play around with this for a while. We'll just use this for now and see what happens. Because at the moment, it's not looking very, very promising. And I don't think there is a better attachment for the skid steer, is there? Maybe the manure fork. Yeah, it just doesn't close all the way. I think that would still be the same problem. Let's just play around with it. Let's work it out a little bit, see what happens. I mean, if it's 2 at a time, it's 2 at a time. I mean, we weren't meant to be doing industrial size loads, so. Open her up. Yeah, all right. I think we'll do that. So 49,399 minus 49,399. All right, there we go. And we might do that in the future again if we need it for something else or to change how we're doing something. I said I'm not really sure why it wouldn't let me buy the tent. It costs $50. I had $50. What are you gonna do though? Come on, baby. There we go. All right, we're back. I lost power. Whatever I was doing just before this cut, I don't remember. I got to remove my money again. When I came back, there was I lost my tent and all the things I did over there. I lost this, and I had to I quickly hand loaded all the trees into the trailer. I put this back. I added those as well, and then I added this little dirt road patch I have just to try to, you know, show us where we're at, and then just some random decal tire marks in here just to kind of make it look cool. Then I went through and kind of tried to get down some of the bushes I had up here, and yeah, that's it. So now we are back. Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with the power lately, but thank God for freaking MP4 hybrid now. That I used to use MP4, and after I would lose power or something would happen or OBS would crash and I lost my recording, I switched to a different one that kind of allowed you to do backup, which worked. It kind of was more of a pain in the butt sometimes, but it worked. And then they brought the MP4 hybrid out, so now I switched. So I just had to throw that other clip in here and we'll be good to go. But yeah, I don't know what's been going on with the power lately. It's been pretty rough over here. I guess our school's been out of power all day. It blipped last night at about 1:30 in the morning. Like when I say blip, it literally powers off and comes right back up. I don't know if like they blew a transformer last night or something and it switched us over to a different source or something, and that's why it came back, and maybe they just fixed it and that's why it just did it again. I don't know, but it's annoying. That is the nice thing about the lumberjack mod. You can turn it on so it creates wood chips when you cut the stumps or stuff like that. Not a lot, but I think it adds up over time. So for now, we'll just pile them up here. But we don't really have a way to haul them unless I put it in the bucket and haul it 1,200 liters at a time. There we go, though. Just pile it up and we're good to go. We can get moving. I need to do that before I forget too. 48,979. 48,979. All right, there we go. We're gonna let this save again. I changed the autosave from 15 to 10 minutes as well, just in case we have more issues. Makes it very annoying. All right, let's throw you back down there for now. Another thing I'd like to see, and maybe I've just missed it, is a way to like kind of increase the weather chances a little bit more. Like for the farming, I get it, but you know, doing this, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more rain and stuff. All right, let's get this area cleared. I mean, well, I shouldn't say we're a long way, but we're a long way from like huge production going. But we're not that far away from getting a little sawmill. I got some small sawmills, little fire wood thing, which I don't know if that's a mod or part of the game, to be honest with you. But either way, I have that, a couple other ones. I got a really big sawmill, it's like 300,000. So ultimately, I think, not really end goal, but end goal is to, one, create a great lumber company. And two, probably build up, you know, little area or this way, so you kind of become a little lumber town. So that'd be kind of cool. I think growing up, was there a place that I used to live by that used to be called Lumbertown? I kind of feel like it is. Yes, I think we're just gonna, until I can get a yarder, which will be nice. I'm just gonna super strength and carry these logs over to there, then I'll use that to load up the trailer at least. I think it works decent enough for that. I mean, it's not great by any means at all. All right. 0 branches. That mod's nice too. It really, I think it's the forestry helper. Down in the bottom right there shows you type of tree, the length, how much it weighs, how much wood chips you'll get out of it, and how many branches are left on it, stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff. Yeah, as far as I understand, if you're doing any kind of logging in this game, like lumberjack is like a must-have mod, I guess. I've used it in past iterations of the game, 22, and I would definitely say well worth it. How long is that guy? 5.8? Okay. Like I said, I have it set to 6 meters. 6 meters gets you perfect length. Into that, I don't know what that means, but to kind of lock on it in that little purple area. Like I'm looking over here and it just snap. Even if I cut here, like I'll show you. What's that? 7. If you've never used it, you know. So it locks on, and even though my blade's over here and it cuts here, it will cut actually where the purple is. As long as you see it snap. That's 5.8, so. And obviously another thing we're really gonna have to do as well is get a tree planter, right? Like we have to get ourselves a way to keep having a product. Granted, we got a huge map, a lot of trees here. It's nothing, you know, like a dire emergency, but definitely something we want to look for the future. Yeah, like there's just too many buttons to have to hold, and I have to hold control the whole time. And I think also it'd be smarter since I'm not super strength anyway. I'll just carry the whole tree over to that area and then cut them up. Then I don't have to make 1,000 trips and save a little bit of time for video sake. I mean, you know, having said that, I just cut up them trees over there, but I just thought about it. Yeah, I can just get them over there. We can cut them up right over there and then load them up into the little holder. You know what I didn't check? It was wide enough. Don't want to sell those. Yeah, whatever. Just sell. I want to sell that and that. We'll just leave it like that for now. I don't feel like dinking with adding more money right now. What is running this? You're gonna have to remember that. Probably could turn automatic engine on and off back on, but all right, kind of like it. Especially when I don't have any lights and it becomes night and I don't want to stop working or skip the day. You know, I can always turn the headlights on and use that to light up an area. I thought I had a little campfire in one of my decoration mods that I put in with that tent. I couldn't find it. I was going to put one over there. Yeah, then like I said, once we get the freaking yarder, then we'll yard all this over to this area. We'll still probably hand snap it into there, but like I said, only so much you can do. But having said that, if you guys have a mod or something that works a lot better or something I'm just missing to make it a little easier, let me know. I'm down for it. Sure. I know there's those like skidders and stuff that you can either push with like a little plow kind of looking thing on them or hook them up to the chains and yank them out. But they were all kind of expensive and I didn't feel like that was super great starting gear. I don't know how much the yarder is. I got to look at that because that's, well, I got $5 extra for free. Just so I kind of know how much I need to make. Yeah. 95,000 for that. That one's weak. That one's very weak. All right, well, I need 95,000 for that one. Not to mention the other one, I still have to buy a tractor to run it, and then, you know, the price of a tractor. So 95 ain't bad. I can pull it over here with the old Ram and doesn't need a tractor to keep it running. All right. I need to look at the landscaping. I know there's one that makes it free. I wonder if there's one that makes it cheaper. You know, I feel like the landscaping is so expensive. Guess in real life, landscaping is expensive, so maybe that's the reason. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. But we have to landscape where the buildings are going to go because pretty good throws. It's going to do like weird stuff if you don't. It seems like that's still an issue in 25. It's not very smart when it does the whole place in the building. Like it does very drastic landscaping changes. Can't wait to see all the problems I'm going to have picking up and moving stuff here. That's pretty good. But yeah, I do have some auto loader trailers not bought yet because they're expensive and take a semi truck. But that we'll probably end up using just for ease. Plus with one player, I think it helps out a lot too. All right. That's it. That's the, like that log should slide down there. You know, that's just part of the problem. I don't know if it's engine limitation or they obviously don't spend as much time in trying to fix this stuff because obviously it's not the main part of their game. I'm pretty sure this skid steer is in game. I don't think this is a mod if I remember right. Like, should be no problems with it. Bounce it. These two logs might be too much for this guy. That was keep it low to the ground. As of this part here. All right, what if we hoping we could pop it up enough. Oh, I guess there's two pieces or three total in there. I didn't see that other one from the angle I was at. I guess the next issue I have too, I don't know how much weight this truck can pull. I mean, I'm assuming a decent amount, but there we go. We'll do that and pop them tires. I will say this, just like it did without an ore, like it makes this so much, the joystick makes this game so much more fun to me. I don't know why. So it looks like 2 logs of that size can work. It's just that third one was just enough weight. I mean, granted, I cut about the bigger guy. Whoa, God. She's definitely right. Like, you can see her. She's almost balancing. I cut about the bigger guy, but this one was cheaper, and I felt it made more sense for a nice little, you know, 0 to hero kind of esque play mode. But yeah, that kind of works. That works pretty good, I think. It's actually a cool little trailer. It's a mod trailer as well, I found. There's that one, and then like a little smaller one. It's different, kind of. You don't have to have the little log stakes on it. There's a few different versions of it. Oh god, wrong way. Let's go. Like, I feel like this should work, you know? That should bite into the ground, and it kind of works, but I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only one that knows that the game's kind of lacked in the log grasping department. I think I need my, if I can, what if I can change my sensitivity on my trim wheel? That's what I have the open and close the thing to. It's my trim wheel. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it there. It seems kind of cool, but I feel like it needs a little more sensitivity change on it. Okay, a little more center here. And I might have to reverse it because I keep going a different direction than what I think, even though it makes sense. In my mind, it doesn't, apparently. Yeah, it's like that log, that should not slip out of there, and it does. So, whatever. And once we get some money saved up, we're going to have to keep our eye open on the sale items. Just to see if anything pops up for us. Good chance that we won't find a whole lot. The odds definitely are in our favor with all of the farming stuff and equipment available compared to the logging, so... And I think a loader with this same setup would work a little bit better. You can tilt it back a little further. And that guy there might fall, and I don't care. All right, and we're about max with that reach of this guy anyway. And I should keep the bucket over there, right? Like, logically, that makes more sense. In organization, it's over here. It's right by the wood chips. I know where to find it. But I should probably keep it right where I emptied the other one. That also makes sense. I clear a little more of this weed around this area here. While it's not locked on to some random tree that it does. Yeah, and it doesn't take care of everything. Apparently it sees this as like some sort of bush, but not that other like light green stuff there. What's the map that Farming Sim has for Silver Forest or Silver Lake or Silver Forest? That map's very, very cool looking. I think it's very, very pretty map. I just don't like it for foresting. I just don't feel like there's enough trees in the lot, in the area that you want, without dealing with huge mountains. I just don't feel like the tree limit is there. And I'm sure it's to help, you know, their specs to run on a PC and whatnot and consoles, but I think it was Pine Ridge. I cleared a little area, pretty decent sized, and went to plant trees, and it wouldn't let me. Said there's too many on the map already, so there must be some sort of ultimate limit. trimmed up. If not, I'll find that with the skid steer real fast. I'm just trying to clear a lot of this as I can. Like I said, you'll see it lock onto a tree at some point, and then it's stuck on that tree. You can walk 40 feet away and it still locks onto it to destroy it. While it's working on the ground, trying to clear it up a little. And I did set the max like 5 meters distance when I'm clearing stuff. If you're wondering why it's such a big area. Kind of don't want to clear the ditch. Kind of like it like that. And the hardest thing, I always have a good plan in my head of like setup of how I want the or the production to go. I just never leave myself enough room. I did it in my first season out of ore. I put everything so close. I gotta spread it out a little bit this time. So ideally on the map, I want to run with, the community and stuff like that. Ultimately, it's going to be logging. But one of our first goals is to clear land for farmers. If somebody wants to come in, they don't really like logging, but they want to do some farming. There'll be that option there. Really deleting the decal for the dirt marks. So yeah, if you're not into logging, but you might want to play and do farming, we will be working on making an area, if there's not one already in there. I wanted to use the Pine Ridge map. Whoa. But I'm trying to make the game just mods off of Mod Hub. And that one is a download and put in thing, so I'm gonna have to look at that, like Dark Fantasy Forest or Last Darkness or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to do a little in depth on that and a couple others I have. There's 2 stumps here. But for solo, I don't mind downloading off a site. They don't have to be in there. I just want ease for people to join. You go in, you get the little red mark saying, hey, there's mods. You click details and you hit download, and it installs all the mods you need for that server. But yeah, so that's the plan with that. If you don't want to do any lumberjack, you're going to do farming, that will be an option too. And there might be some point where I just either get it on the server running or server for it if we have enough people interested in playing it. Okay, I think we're gonna go take this and sell. We don't have the luxury of waiting for best prices right now because we have $0. We have $5. Can you favor these? It'd be nice. Oh, of course, we're at the lowest price. I guess it's not that. What is it? 3,000 is its top price. So whatever. Let's see here. I know I can do it in the truck, but no, it's. There you go. Okay, all the holes. Got it. Try to do that stuff by hand. And this thing here, you can put your chainsaw in. Just don't know how to do it. I don't know what button lets you put it in, or it doesn't work. I don't know. I wish this truck had a fifth wheel option. It does not, unfortunately. It does have a plow hookup because like I said snow is on, and pulls it just fine. Figured it'd be all right for that. Yeah, I have a F550 mod I put in. I didn't really like that truck as much. I'd like my truck in the game that I drive, but I mean it's not good for all this stuff. It's just a GMC all-terrain Sierra, whatever. I found an AT4, but it just came out, so I was like, I'll wait a little bit. But the lights on this truck are a lot cooler with the marker lights and look kind of nice. I wish I had a little box in there I could dump the wood chips into and do it that way, but we'll get there. And those trailers, I really like them trailers. The tires, I think, need a little work. Some of the tires kind of clip through. But all right, where are we going? Right here. I've never sold here. I assume they want to go in there. So much easier to back up with the keyboards. Will that sell out of there? Sure did. All right, not bad. 8,000, and I know I'm probably not cutting down the best trees. Sure, I know. Well, I guess I don't know, but I'm assuming there's trees. Oh God, he's fine. Assume there's trees that are better to cut down, and maybe they're still growing, but clearing this area anyway. Yeah, so as you can see, this map has some water in it. Has some in the little ditches, which is kind of cool. Little stuff there. Kind of wish that there wasn't like the grass in the wet spots, but you know. And then there's a big long bridge that goes over the water. Well. Oh, speaking of that, said I need to watch. Let's take a look here. Oh, the wood crane mod. That one's on sale. I don't really need that right now, though. If you haven't seen that, that's really cool. It's a giant, like, structure that has a big crane on it that goes back and forth on tracks. Played with it a little bit, not a ton. So oh, it tells you the tree type. I'm just wondering if it tells you like, hey, this is a good one to cut down. I feel like that is about max size. I don't feel like I've seen a lot bigger than that on the lodgepole pine. Like I said, they're all coming down anyway because we're clearing the area. But I guess money-wise, I could do these ones first. This one here looks pretty good. Yeah, let's drop it that way. And we're gonna drop you too. Why not? You're tall. Tall enough for me. And also, if you're using the lumberjack mod and you don't know, or you just used it, when it goes orange, that's when you cut branches. When it's red, you hold it to delete the tree. And it took me a little bit to figure out how to do it, what I was doing wrong. If super strength is turned on, it'll be red. So if you're just trying to do branches, turn off super strength, and then you'll get the orange. I had to look it up, and it didn't look like I was the only one, because there's a lot of comments talking about it. I finally found it. I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense. Because there was times it would be orange, and sometimes it'd be red. Oh, that really stays? That must, probably when you cut off the actual wood, it'll probably. This down. Yeah, they definitely made it harder to delimb trees. Not hard, but they made it harder, which is fine. I just wish that it would leave wood chips from doing this. I see them kind of spurting out there, but I don't think they leave them on the ground for picking up. Jump with the chainsaw's fine, just don't do it at home. Come on, give me that orange. All right, what do we got? Still 2 branches on that one. None on that one. Where are the branches on this guy at? Right there and there. 1, 2. All right, no branches. Might as well get this stump ground down while I'm standing by it. Actually, I should do it for all the trees, just that way I know I get them all. Nothing hurts more than running your skid steer bucket along the ground to pick up chips and not seeing one and just nail into it. All right, so we still got a branch on this guy. None on there. 6 on this one, but I don't think we did this one all the way through. Clearly not. Okay, now we have 0 on that one. 4 on this one. Now we have 0. This one still, that one has 0. Is this one with 4 on it? Just 1 left. And I'm guessing that's it there. 0, 0. Good. And super strength can be dangerous anyway. You can cause a lot more problems with a game using that as well. I've batted myself and my equipment across the map multiple times. This guy is in the way. Kind of cool thing is we can also, like, this side builds up, we can put logs on the other side too. I think we'll leave you running for now. And that's the bad thing when I get, you know, one of the forestry machines that will come in and cut these down, delimb them for me and all that, is then there's no more wood chips that way. So at that point, one, we won't need wood chips, or two, we will get them from our production, or we'll get them from chopping wood or chipping wood up. So either way we'll get it if we need it. Yeah, these logs will probably bring us a little bit more money. You see, like, that length is acceptable, and now it's perfect length, perfect shape. This one is 10 meters and it says perfect length, but 6 I think works best for our setup at the moment. You know, another thing I was just thinking that probably wouldn't hurt us. Actually would help. Let's do that. I think that might work. Got an idea? I know you guys have all been yelling it already. I'm sure. I know how it goes. I do the same thing. YouTuber vision and stuff like that is a thing. I didn't believe in it until I started doing videos, and, like, you know, where you're missing stuff right in front of you, and you know that, you know, people watching are just yelling at the camera. I don't know if this will work how I want. Looking good at the moment. Right here, this might not be too bad. It might be too bad of a slope. I get the trailer where I want it. Kind of like right there. Thought is it lowers the trailer down, but I don't think it's gonna work how I want because it's so tapered there. The machine's just gonna dip down, so that's all right. We have a fix for this. If we can afford it or not, I don't know. I see. Where are you at? Are you under here? No, not that one. I have a better one, I believe. That's the hardest thing sometimes, going through all this stuff. Like it's tools, yeah. Let's see here. What's the other one? That's way bigger. I feel like that, you know, maybe It says decoration only. Does that mean that you can't drive on it? It's really steep, isn't it? Yeah, let's do this. I think this could help, right? Back, let's go like right there. Try to get a little bit closer here. Close enough to rub would probably be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect as I'm trying to make it either. There. As long as we can drive up there and stuff like that, that'll help. We'll be able to be a little higher and get a couple more logs in that trailer if we need to. I don't know why I have this here. It almost, every time I see it, it's like when I'm moving stuff around, I feel like it's a light pole and I can't take it down for some reason. And ideally, I want to get them little metal ramps too. That would be very useful. I just don't know if the logs are actually going to roll on it. They don't seem to roll as easy as you would think they should. But yeah, definitely interested in if there's a better way to do this. Let's just drop you as soon as I can. These long logs sometimes are very, very unpredictable. No branches. Well, we're starting to hit nightfall here. Oh, I guess 5 p.m. Yeah, it's kind of close. Not for August, not my area. Yeah, and I'm not planning on taking any loans either, so. If you were wondering, that was not one of my options that I planned on. Probably ain't gonna work how I'm hoping. All right, there we go, there we go. Clear the land, make room here. Definitely gonna get dark and hard to see here. I don't know if I want to waste some of my money already on lighting, but I if I can see in the dark, it means I can work a little bit more. And I can do a little more work per day. They're not that expensive either. Where are you? 5'9"? Spray paint's really cool too. You can, mark the trees and let people know which ones to cut down, which I'm sure we'll do on the server if we end up getting enough people interested in that. That'd be enough to latch on. Oh, she's heavy. Yeah, like this, this here, that should either bite into it and hold it right there, or it should definitely pull it inward. There's definitely weight limit in this thing. Got it. And like you to not sit like that and screw up. There we go. Screw up the angle of every load we have coming into it. Oh, it's not even have backlit. God, this thing steers like crazy. I know it's supposed to. There, man. That's sharp teeth, man. That was, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Need to bounce it back a little bit in here. And we might be down to one log at a time anyway. These logs are heavy. Or smaller sizes. Don't really want to do that either. Go. It's kind of nice. Little ramp, I think, is a good little purchase for now. All right, let's just do one here. Because as you can see, yeah, we're wanting to tip pretty good. Especially at this point when it's right on the end. The weight's kind of moved off. Yeah. Come on. No way I can just grab this little one, right? Oh, wow. I didn't think I'd be able to. Hello? Hello? Is the problem here? Let's do that. Alright, we're good. Need to get some weight on the back of this baby. Sorry, at some point we'll have to probably sell this and upgrade. Not that we're gonna get a ton of money for it, but be helpful. Even I think even the other skid steer would be better. It's a lot bigger than this guy here. Ideally, a wheel loader would be nice. Like I said, we can do the same kind of setup here. Oh, look at that, we're dancing. But then I can also get a bucket for it, for the thing. But if I don't get enough for this, then I'll just keep this for the little bucket. And which means you're gonna tip as soon as I do that. Actually, kind of wondering, maybe let's open you up. See if I can't kind of put you guys on that side. Without causing too much damage to something else when the trailer flips. No, okay. All right, fine. You're fine down there. I'll let you stay for now. I think it's crazy to drive. Never drove one in real life. Imagine it's just like this. We're definitely slowed down. Doing one at a time, that's for sure. And that's okay. Especially if we make more money out of it. More than $7,600 for the load. Like this is a smaller one. Can I get this little brown one here too with it? Yeah, this is actually a pretty nice little trailer. I kind of like it. A good, little dual purpose. Well, probably more than that. Multi-purpose for sure. Haul logs, haul, vehicles. pallets. You can put pallets on there too, I'm sure. Don't know why you couldn't, anyway. But you can put pallets in a freaking grain trailer, I think, if you really needed to. Like, come on, just fall back. Like, where are the physics? That's what I want to know. I feel like that should have fell back way back before. I mean, they're pretty round freaking logs. Come on. It's gonna flip me forward, ain't it? It's close, man. It's borderline. Crooked on that when I went in, but right up. They're adjusted by hand a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I try to make out of them ramps my little solo, basically little log rollers so that you could drop it on there and then it'd roll down into one of my production plants. Was the plan, and then it just kind of keep rolling, but they didn't roll. Hoping the metal brackets will work better. Let's just keep you low, because we know you are heavy boy as well. Probably getting pretty close to not want to push any of those over there. Gonna push them right off the side of the trailer or flip the trailer. Yeah, that one worked good. I felt like that's how the other one should have worked that on. Man, how spoke too soon, huh? Oh yeah, that worked really good. And then you get one here where the log just permanently stuck on here. Oh man, we got room for a couple more in there, I think. So, causing too much of an issue. I could probably get out and strap that pretty quick, but we'll just try to pop this guy over to the side there. Perfect. All right, I think that is a pretty good load in that trailer. Let's pick up our bucket. Let's get our wood chips taken care of. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to delete the dirt detail, putting the wood chips off the ground by it. I don't know. When does the store refresh sales? Is it daily? Does it say? Use sale. It doesn't say. We'll check when it becomes the next day and see if it has new items and kind of keep track. Some there. Try to get it all. If I miss some, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Ooh, good amount of chips in that pile. Alright, there's a little bit more. We'll leave that by them trees. Oh, God. Apparently, this is about the weight limit for wood chips, too. I don't know why I keep driving backwards when I want to drive forward stuff. I want the pile a little more like that. All right, man, we're getting a good little clearing open. I mean, there wasn't a ton of trees here, so that helps. But definitely doing some work. I think we'll just leave you there. Oh, how about I strap those logs down before I cause some problems? Okay, one does go over there. I just must not have had nothing that far back last time. It does have a little lantern over there. That's nice. I haven't looked in the inside of the truck yet. How's it look? Oh, it doesn't have the giant 12-inch freaking screen across it. Speedometer works. I don't know if the gas works or not yet. Apparently our battery looks a little dead though. Oh yeah, pretty good looking truck. Pretty good mod. A little bit brighter headlights would be great, but it is that hard part, like where it's like not quite dark yet, you know, just dust, still a little bit of light. And I don't know. I can't. The mirrors are not quite high enough to see. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe I just didn't see. Let's take a look. Yeah, not quite high enough. Strap them manually before we sell them. We'll add little bits of realism here where we can. 15,000. That was double. So them logs definitely were better for selling. Uh, see here. I'm trying to check that recording. Looks like that's good. Yeah, I wish I could crank the graphics on the game. But beautiful. Like I said, there's been a lot of like, oh, you know, 25 seems 20. I don't know. Maybe I haven't put in the thousands of hours that some people have to see it, but I feel like 25 is way better. Graphically, I think it looks better. The little bit of terraforming, you know, ish that the tracks leave are really nice, really cool. I don't know. Overall, like I said, I feel it looks better. But again, I don't put thousands and tens of thousand hours in like some people do it. You know, it's like this is their game. This is what you play. This is all you play, and that is totally fine. I just don't, unfortunately. I would probably know better, but to me, a sub-casual player of Farming Sim, I've overall enjoyed it, and I haven't even scratched the surface of the game yet. Kind of hoping I could do this way instead. But clearly having some trouble here. I think we're gonna buy a light. Yeah, I just should have came in better. I kind of gotta like scrape the truck along the ramp almost to kind of get that where I want it. And we'll go there. All right, that works. All right, let's light up this place. I don't think that's gonna hurt us at all. We have some pretty nice lights. We have a lot, you know, that the game came with. Then I have some that I downloaded for mods. Yeah, definitely not that one. I'm just kind of peeking. So this is the 180 auto, 360 automatic, 360 manual, 180 manual. Uh, maybe there. We're not going to light up the woods back there a whole lot, but I'm hoping. No. All right, yeah, there's a little bit of light there, so that should work good. Enough to light up this area, which is important for loading. When it comes to the woods, we'll have to figure that out. Either way, today's been a hard day. I think we're going to take ourselves to the tent and sleep it off. 8, no. We're going to get up at 6. We got work to do. We ain't got no time at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Yeah, there we go. And I think we'll call that episode there. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you made it all the way through. If you did, I appreciate it. Even if you watched for a couple of minutes, I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, the dislike button. Either way, leave a comment below. Emojis, anything like that. If you have any other mods for foresting or any other tips or anything that helps out, especially with holding the logs up, like if there's something I can do before I get the yarder to haul the logs over there besides the super strength that isn't a pain in the ass, let me know. And what direction we should go with equipment wise, once we get a little bit more money here and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. We are, at the time of this recording, I think we're 4 subs away from 400. We had a big weekend. A lot of people came in and supporting the channel, and that's awesome. Thank you for everyone that's did that. Like I said, first goal is 500, and we have almost got there. A lot quicker than I thought I'd ever, if ever. So thank you, everybody. But yeah, have a wonderful night, evening, and morning, and hope to see you next video. Bye.